Anyway, um, so I said we were going to talk about the patch. There are a couple things, and I'm during the weekly, I'm going to talk about like the impact of like the relevant patch stuff, the stuff that actually changes gameplay. It's like, oh, okay, cool. With these changes to the anima conductor, there's some really cool things that are coming out of it, or there's some really cool player behavior that comes out of it. Like the way I see it, here's me preempting. What they're doing with the anima conductor is that they're just you can just pump anima into it like once a day, but you can pump it into any or all of the available nodes. So like when it's a level 1, you get the 2 nodes, but you can activate those right away. If you happen to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna power it up to like level 3 like right away, which will still take a couple of days, you can power up all 5 or 6 of them right away too, and it'll also fill up that reinforcement bar, so it'll fill that stuff up way faster. And the way I'm seeing it, they're kind of evergreening the thing. There's still that cooldown, but the time gating, as some would, as many would point it out to be, a lot of that's being lifted away, and that part I very much appreciate. But that's going to be for later. I want to talk about the sexing of WoW, because WoW had posted some stuff over in Karazhan, where if you go into the hallway before Maiden, you go through this hallway it's kind of like the red light hallway, because you see like consorts and concubines and that sort of stuff, and you go through and you kill them. Right? Because that's World of Warcraft and it's a raid and you're just killing a lot of these dudes. But you see that kind of portrayal, and you see side rooms where you see more sexy time and all that stuff. And that's just how it was, and whatever. So that's been altered. It's been changed. Now it hasn't been changed into, okay, now we're gonna have, instead of a hallway of debauchery and the lights, it's going to be a classroom on how to spread socialism. Yeah, because that's politically correct. No, that's not what's going on. Instead, what they're doing is all they did was they just changed some of the NPCs to male NPCs. So, boom, equality. Everyone's a slut, right? Or whore. I'm not very good at the differentiation there. So, I mean, cool. It's the content is still, questionable, and it's still adult, and it still has those sorts of connotations, or those sexual references, but it includes everybody. So that's why I refer this as like kind of the opposite of what we've been seeing. Now we're seeing the sexing of things, because everyone is being a bit more included. Now, it would be, I would probably, because this thought just came to my head right now, it would probably make my head tilt if we saw like a multitude of races in there. Like if we saw undead, or, actual like Forsaken or Tauren or whatnot. Thankfully, the theme of Karazhan does not call for most of those sorts of NPCs. Most of I guess the denizens of Karazhan happen to be elves and human ghostesses and whatnot, and they're ghosts. You can't feel it, right? No, but I guess some of them are demons too. But it's very odd. Ultimately they're demons anyway. So who cares if there were like, if there happened to be like Draenei or Tauren or no. Well, at gnomes I guess they're okay. But, Tauren would be like the one that would make me be like, oh, there'd be a lot of wowhead comments if we did happen to see Tauren in there as well. Some people would be like, yeah. And some people would be like, whoa, okay, this is going steps in a different direction. But I still like that. I still like that it's a different approach to what we've seen from the other things, where people would make a fair, a kind of fair argument that, oh, they're like as for what we're seeing, we're not seeing the story behind it. What we're seeing is, they're desexing, or they're censoring things, or whatever people are saying. This seems like the opposite.